This is what you do if you ever find yourself surrounded by wolves. Kick the first wolf in the face, catch it, use it as a bat to hit the other wolf, and then throw it at another one. Grab another wolf, pick it up, rapid fire elbow combinations into the face, and then toss it into the atmosphere. Such a display of dominance will cause the other wolves to scatter. This one's easy, boys.
Welcome to the Unapologetic Man Podcast. The only podcast that's all about self-improvement, confidence, success, women, and being a man without making any apologies for it.
What is up, brothers? Thank you for coming to another episode of the Unapologetic Man Podcast. I got a really good one for you today, boys, so let's go ahead and jump into it. So we understand that women are obviously attracted to masculine men. While there's big movements in society that try to convince us otherwise, this is fact and there's absolutely no refuting it. Hopefully with time, as well as podcasts like this one, this stupid narrative that men should become more feminine and women become more masculine will finally play out and we can get back to the truth of the matter, which is you being more masculine is going to get women more attracted to you. Now, fortunately for you, brother, the very fact that you clicked on this episode shows me and should show you that you understand this truth and you probably are pretty damn masculine already, or at the very least, you want to get back to that masculine core, because here's how it works. We are born with perfect self-esteem. We are born with perfect confidence, and you, brother, being a man with testicles of penis and who is literally creating 12 million sperm per hour, were born to be masculine. That's what you were born to be, and you were born to be attractive to women. The problem is that somebody came along and messed you up before you could defend yourself from it. And this is what I talk about all the time on this podcast, which is the basic concept of we are born with perfect self-esteem. People came, such as our dad, our brother, our mom, our cousins, a coach, whoever it was, and messed us up. And this is why we're unattractive to women, is because we're displaying low value mannerisms. We're displaying a lack of masculinity. We're not being the leader. We're not taking her to where she wants to be led, because fundamentally we are doubting ourselves. But more importantly than that, we are doubting our masculinity. We need to get you to the point where you can get back into your masculine core. And this is the masculine core method. Now, today we're going to do a little NLP method. And if you're driving on the Stairmaster, walking, biking, you could still do this kind of in the periphery of your mind. But obviously it's most effective if you actually sit down or lay down, close your eyes, really go through this thing to get the best results with it. But this is a pretty simple one. It's one of my tier 2 methods. My tier 1 is obviously saved for my boys in my 3-month coaching program, but this is pretty effective and I've used it many times myself. It's called the decision destroyer in NLP, and I'm going to walk you through that. But before we do that, I want to outline the 6 fundamental principles of what it means to be masculine, and several of these are probably going to surprise you. After I go through these, we're going to get into the NLP method, hopefully helping to remap the decision you made. And I really want to enunciate that. You made a decision to become less masculine. And I'm going to tell you why that happens. So the 6 fundamentals of a masculine man, and there's more like 15 or 20, but these are 6 that I chose for today's episode, is number 1, he can provide for himself, which means he doesn't rely on others. He has faith that he can provide for himself based on his resources, his intelligence, and his cunning to provide both for himself as well as for his family, should he choose to ever have a family. Number 2 is that he serves others. Now, this one may surprise you, boys, because oftentimes, especially for those of you who are young, we're in a very selfish mentality. We're just in it for ourselves. We want to get ours. We think to ourselves, fuck everybody else. I remember when I was in my 20s, I used to sit in traffic and just daydream about calling in an F-16 strike and blowing up everybody so that I could get on my way. We're naturally very selfish, but when you evolve to be an alpha male, when you evolve to be an unapologetic superior man, you realize that serving others is one of your biggest purposes of life. This is what I do in this podcast. I feel like I give you guys way more than I ask for in return. The only thing I ask is that perhaps you give me a review, you subscribe to my YouTube channel, follow me on Instagram, or better yet, sign up to my 3-month coaching program. But honestly, I give way more than I ask for in return. And selfishly, part of the reason I do this is because I know when you give, when you serve, you get back way more than what you gave. So while some of you may have given me nothing and all I've done is give to you, I still get tons of abundance back from other people that are perhaps podcast listeners. I get abundance back because I'm putting out good into the world, and therefore I get good back. I genuinely want to help you guys. I sincerely want to see you improve yourself. So serving others is something maybe some of you need to think about. Am I serving others, or am I just a taker? Am I trying to help people, or am I just in it for myself? A man who's truly masculine serves others, like the silverback in the gorilla tribe, who, instead of just thinking about getting his dick wet, he's thinking about, how can we make this gorilla tribe more successful? How can I protect the children? How can I keep all the ladies happy? How can I even befriend the dude that I was just fighting with to become the alpha male? Serving others is a huge part of being successful and a huge part of being masculine. So if you are a taker, I'm going to let you know that's a feminine behavior inside of a man. I'm not saying that taking is feminine, meaning women do it. That's not what I mean. I mean, it's feminine behavior inside of a man. It's you going into your feminine. We need you in your masculine. So serving boys, even complimenting people, giving a homeless person money, helping somebody out, like maybe teaching somebody who's bad with women some of the concepts that I've taught you. That's service. Number 3, you forgive those who you've decided to love unconditionally. And this is going to play into the NLP protocol we're about to do. You need to forgive those who you decided to love unconditionally, because here's the truth, boys, and all of you have seen it many times. People are not perfect. People need your forgiveness. So for those people in your life who you've decided to love unconditionally, such as your dad, who's probably going to play a role in our NLP protocol here shortly, but also your mom, your brother, coaches, those who have fucked you over, we need to forgive them. And if you decide to love that person unconditionally, what does unconditional mean? No conditions. I will love you no matter what, as I do to my brother, to my mom, to my stepdad, even though, boys, they are definitely not perfect. My dad, too, who I've forgiven for all his transgressions, he died when I was 10 years old, but I've forgiven him for dying. I've forgiven him for some of the shit that he said to me and did to me that fucked me up and messed up my masculinity, which again, we're going to talk about today. Number 4 is you're disciplined. I talked about this in the last episode. No need to run on about it too much, but being disciplined, putting off what you want so that you can experience better abundance in the future is what discipline is. Doing what's hard today so your future will be better tomorrow, or doing what's hard because you understand when you do what's hard, your life will be easy. When you do what's easy, such as being a taker, such as not forgiving those who have screwed you over, your life becomes hard. Number 5, you are self-motivated, you are driven, and you are ambitious. 2 of the most attractive qualities to women, drive and ambition. I'll tell you this, boys, I've been researching on this for decades, and here's what I have concluded. Women don't need you to be rich. They don't need you to have resources. They don't need you to have anything beyond ambition. Why? Because even if you're rich, and think about this closely, even if you're rich, you could have won the lottery. You could have been a trust fund baby. So being rich or successful or whatever it is that you guys have convinced yourself is what women are attracted to is not the thing. The thing is the quality inside of you, which is drive and ambition. The reason why she wants the quality rather than the fruits of that quality is because she wants your genes to pass on to her children. She wants to know that the future you can likely provide resources because you're driven, you're ambitious, you're intelligent, you're cunning, and you can survive. And this is part of the reason being masculine, as I said, for number 1 is you're self-sufficient. You can survive on your own. You're not still living off your parents' teat or expecting your friends to save you because you're irresponsible. So with number 5 being self-motivated, that alone is more attractive than any other quality. I would say it's probably even more attractive than confidence, which is a bold statement because you guys know confidence is like always number 1 on people's lists. I'm willing to say drive and ambition is beyond that because again, women want your genes to pass on to their children, and they want to know that you have the potential to provide resources both to her and her children, not based on some fall of luck you've had, such as winning the lottery or being a trust fund baby, but because you have the tools inside of you to become successful. Ambition, drive, very important. And the last one, boys, 6, as I alluded to earlier, full faith in himself. What is faith? Faith is a belief without needing evidence for it. Now, a lot of us, including me at one time, needed evidence to support the fact that I believe I'm a girl magnet. But true faith is not needing any evidence whatsoever, not needing any proof, because what is proof? Really think about this. I always tell you guys that masculine men are internally validated. Proof is external validation, isn't it? It's external evidence from the outside world that you can legitimately believe that you are such things as a champion, a girl magnet, a go-getter, a masculine man. But a man who's truly masculine derives it from within himself, and the only proof he needs is his own belief system. That's masculine. I am a champion because I say I'm a champion, and I have full faith in myself simply because I've decided to. Guys, ask yourself this. Why are you great for women? If you have to start thinking about, oh, I have a good job, I'm a good person, I treat her well, that shows me that you're externally validated because you're looking for evidence. You should just say, just because I am, dude, just because I'm a champion, because I've decided I'm a champion, needs no evidence. That's what faith is. All right, let's get into the NLP of this. This is exciting stuff. I love this, the decision destroyer. So at one point in your life, brother, I can almost guarantee you that someone, probably your dad, but also maybe your mom or your brother, or perhaps all three, in which case you'd want to do this on all three of them. But since I'm doing this for the masses and I'm not working with you one-on-one, we're going to just assume that it was your dad. If it was somebody else, fine. But in this example, we're going to use father because it was my father that did this to me. So at one point during your life, probably when you were a little kid, I'm talking a toddler or maybe even a baby, something was said to you where your masculinity was compromised, where you either believed that you couldn't have faith in yourself, you believed that you weren't ambitious, driven, confident, you believed that you couldn't provide for yourself, and you were berated by this person. Usually your dad, because when it comes to masculinity, he's like the masculine archetype, right? So if you were like me and your dad ripped on you a little bit, as my dad used to do to me, he probably hurt you in more ways than we can possibly explain. Now, for those of you who are fathers or going to be fathers, guys, be extremely careful about what you say to your kid. Extremely careful, because those things that you say, especially between the ages of 0 and 7, have long-term effects, as a lot of you guys have experienced. I remember one time my dad made fun of me because I walked with pigeon toes, and it fucked me up so bad that I forced myself to walk with my toes facing outward, and it actually gave me an issue in my hips later in life. This is how strong their suggestions can be. So what probably happened is your dad, and again, I'm just using that example. If it was somebody else, go ahead and replace it with that person. But your dad said something to you or did something to you that really fucked you up. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually go back to that point where he, she, them said something to you that messed you up. And we're going to decide before that happened to not buy into it, to instead buy into our own definition of what masculinity is or what we are. Now, again, this is complicated because I'm doing this for the masses, but if, for example, you don't remember what the situation was, or even if you don't remember who it was that did this to you, we can still do this. What I want you to do is simply decide to go back to the first point where somebody said something fucked up to you. Again, this is way easier if I can work with you one-on-one, but we're going to decide to go back to that point. So as I walk you through this NLP protocol, if you're like me and it was your dad, and if you're like me and you remember what he did, you're going to go back to that exact instance, and I'm going to walk you through what to do. If you don't remember who it was or even what it was, you could still go back to the feeling of losing your masculinity or deciding that you're not enough, you're dumb, you're stupid, you're an idiot, or being a man and trusting yourself isn't the way to go. You should instead trust in that other person. So we're going to walk back to the time that this happened. We're going to actually go before that time and do the decision destroyer. And I'm going to walk you through what to visualize. Again, if you're driving on the Stairmaster, walking, riding your bike, it's cool. You can kind of do this in the periphery of your imagination. But if you really want to get the best results, you're going to do this as perhaps you're laying in bed with your eyes closed or sitting in a chair with your eyes closed. Guys, before I get into that, I just got to another review from a client who talks specifically about the NLP. This is literally going to take 10 seconds. So let me just read this. It's from Jeremy. He was in week 5 of a 12-week program. Week 5, boys. And this is what he said. I just wanted to share my gratitude and big win for the week. This week has been an absolute breakthrough for me. I am feeling unbelievably confident. The warrior went to battle with an absolute 9 last night, the hottest girl I've ever been with, and it's all because of your NLP. You're an absolute legend. If there were a Hall of Fame for this, they'd build a whole new wing just for you, and songs will be sung around campfires about you for decades to come. So Jeremy, thank you so much. Guys, he's in week 5 of a 12-week program. And he specifically said he's never had an experience like this before because of NLP. We remove bullshit, as we're going to do for you right now, and we replace it with self-belief, confidence, and masculinity, the same masculinity you were born with. All right, boys, so we're going to kind of just take a deep breath real quick and relax. Liam, please cue the meditation music. So first, what I want you guys to visualize is that you are raising up out of your body. And I know for some of you, this is hard, especially as you've been listening to this podcast, but just give it your best shot. You're raising up out of your body and you're going up about 800 feet above your body and you're looking down. And you see a road, a long, straight, narrow road that is actually your timeline. And it crosses right through where your body is below you, your body representing the now. But you can see out to the future. And the moment that you die is represented by a flash of light on that road. And you can see all the way back to the day that you were born, represented as you as a little infant. So what you're going to do now is float backwards through your timeline to the first time that either your dad, mom, brother, or whoever it was compromised your masculinity, compromised you believing in yourself, made you doubt yourself. Any moment that really stands out in your mind as to when they made you doubt yourself, we're going to work on that moment. So what I want you to do is go back to that moment. Maybe you were like me and your dad made fun of you. Or maybe your mom said, hey, you need to rely on us because you can't rely on yourself. You're just a kid. You're not smart enough to do this. Some compromising thing that you remember, or even if you don't remember, that's okay. Go back to that moment and I want you to see you and the person that it happened with. Now, once again, if you don't know who it was, you can make the person gray. You don't even have to see their face. But there you are as a little kid, probably a toddler, standing there with this person, and they just said something to you that made you doubt your masculinity, made you doubt that you could have faith in yourself, made you doubt in your own confidence, made you doubt that you can provide for yourself, have faith in yourself, believe in who you are and your strength as a boy. And there they are saying that thing to you. You could see your face as a little kid kind of shrinking, being hurt. Maybe you're even crying by what this person said. And we can even see this green blob being spat on the ground by this person, which is the green glob of doubt, the green glob of insult, of negativity. And it's just this green, disgusting slime that shoots out of their mouth and spits right on the ground right in front of you. And there you are crying because you doubt your masculinity, you doubt your self-belief, you doubt that internal compass, that internal faith that this person inadvertently, or perhaps purposely, said to you to make you doubt it. So now we're gonna give that little guy compassion and say, hey man, I'm so sorry this happened to you. And we're also gonna forgive the person who said it because they know not what they do. They're just repeating what probably their dad said to them. They didn't know what they were doing. They're just acting out their own dysfunction. It happened to be towards you, forgive them. And if you can't forgive them, at least say to yourself, I understand why you said that, man. You were lost. You didn't know what you were doing. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go 10 minutes before that incident happened. So go back and I want you to see yourself, that little fella, super cute, super innocent, full of hope and dreams. And at that time, he's still confident and believing in himself. It hadn't happened yet. This green slime of doubt that was put on him before he could defend himself. And I want you to go up to that little guy and talk to him. Hey, in about 10 minutes, your dad's gonna say something really effed up to you. He's gonna make you doubt yourself. But right now, I want you to decide that you are not gonna buy into what he says. You are instead going to believe in yourself. I want you to decide, little fella, that you're gonna believe in your masculinity. You are going to be internally motivated. You are going to have faith in yourself and trust your intuition, trust what you feel inside. Do you agree? And you're going to see the little version of you. He's so cute, man. You're going to see him say, yeah, I agree with that. And I like that. And he smiles at you and you smile at him. Give the guy a hug, man. Love that little fella, that little version of you. He's innocent. And it's not your fault today, brother, that you've been messed up. It happened to him. And those meta programs were written inside his head that you just keep repeating because you have no choice. Until now, you are going to decide to not buy into what that parent said to you or what that teacher said to you or whoever it was. So now you are going to float into his body, that little toddler, that little fella, and you're going to start going up your timeline. You're going to see that parent or that teacher or whoever it was, and you're going to see that green slime. You're going to look up at him and you're going to smile. And as you pass him, as he's talking to you, you can't even hear what he's saying, all the garbage he's spitting out of his mouth, and you are going to stomp that green slime on the ground and spray it everywhere, including spraying all over his pants and his shirt. And he's going to be shocked and be like, what the hell's happening? And you're going to keep walking past him as if what he said didn't even happen. You went to the point before he gave you that garbage and you decided, I'm not even going to listen to it. And as you passed by him, you showed both yourself as well as him, as well as me, that you're not taking the garbage anymore. That bullshit out that he gave you, it's gone. And you stomp that green slime and you keep walking. And the slime is all over him. It's not even on you. It didn't even get on you. And you keep walking forward with your chin held high, your chest sticking out, and that masculinity brewing deep inside of you, only to get better and more reliable and more driven and more faith-backed as you get older. Now, guys, I want you to float out of that little guy's body, float above the timeline, come back to the present moment, float back into your body, and rejoin me now. And I want you to imagine a pink giraffe riding a skateboard coming up to a launch ramp, launching it, double backflip, rail grab, and he lands it. And this ends the NLP protocol. Now, once again, guys, I cannot stress this enough. Doing NLP on the masses is challenging, which is why I often don't do it on this podcast. I save it for my boys in my 3-month coaching program. And if you struggled with this, if you're like, dude, I couldn't visualize anything, the visualization actually isn't that important. And I spoke about this on a recent episode, how my NLP works in my 3-month coaching program. It's a distraction for your conscious mind. Your decision to destroy the belief system that that person gave you, and by walking through the steps the best you can, is usually enough to get you through it. But again, working with me one-on-one is going to be a completely different experience. You're going to get my tier 1 material, and we are going to do for you exactly what we did for Jeremy, my guy that's in week 5. Think about that, boys. A month and a week. And this dude had the biggest breakthrough of his life, yanking a solid 9, where he told me before, he's like, dude, all I was ever getting was 7s. Now I got a fucking 9 after 5 weeks. Are you kidding me? Guys, that's the power of NLP, because what did I say? Women are attracted to your behavior, what you telegraph, ambition, drive, confidence. That all comes from within your head. So if you have issues, which I know all of you do, come explore this with us. We have a system that I guarantee will absolutely change your life. Now, for the conclusion of this podcast, boys, the masculine core method represents that masculinity that's within you that you need to have faith in. So even if you still have lots of issues around your masculinity, which I'm sure one 20-minute episode isn't going to completely alleviate, I want you to explore the option of having faith in yourself without evidence. Yeah, maybe you've been bad with girls. Yeah, maybe you've been rejected left and right and you're insecure. But can you explore the possibility, be open to it, of having full faith in yourself, stepping back into your masculinity, loving it, embracing it, forgiving yourself as well as those who have done you wrong so that you can move past it and you can finally achieve the results you want in life? I want to leave you with that. Just explore it, boys. Have full faith without evidence. And you could use this decision destroyer on anything where somebody effed you up and you're deciding before they did so that you're making a decision not to listen to their bullshit, not to take in that green slime, but instead to walk past it with pride, with confidence, with knowing that you are a champion and stomping that shit out, because all it is toxicity. And we've had enough toxicity in this world where it's time to forgive. It's time to self-love. It's time to know that they were lost too. It's time to have full faith in yourself, deciding that you are a masculine man without making any apologies for it. Gentlemen, I do appreciate you listening. I have an awesome one coming up on Monday. I've actually already recorded it, and you definitely want to stay tuned for this one. It's one of my favorite ones I've ever recorded, as well as the next Thursday one I already recorded, which is badass as well. So come back next week, gentlemen. We got a lot of fun ones coming up, some really funny ones. And I do appreciate you listening, and I will see you in the next episode.